Hey everybody, welcome back. Glad you guys are here. I'm glad to be here for another video. This is our watch list for Wednesday, October 5th. Not a ton of plays out there available to us, but we're going to run through what I have found, and we'll see how we end up on Wednesday. I want to go through a couple things before we get started here. Number one, guys, let me tell you something right now. If you don't even have to dedicate yourself. If you study this stuff, if you study the strat, if you study this strategy and put in the time and effort over the next 6 months to a year, I promise you, this stuff will sink in and you will become a successful trader. You'll become more profitable and more consistent. And that's what we try and do here with this channel, with the strat, with the Griswold trading Discord that I've got. Link is in the description below. I want to create traders. I don't want to be one of those guys who is calling out everything for you guys and you're just looking at, oh, he called out Netflix or he called out eBay. I better jump in on it. I don't want you guys to jump in on something just because I said you should. I want you guys to be able to look at these charts and say, that's a good trade. That's a bad trade. I should get in here. That's not something I'm taking. Figure out why you're taking it, how you're supposed to manage it, and how you're supposed to get out of it. And we teach that all. I've got 300 plus videos for you guys to learn this stuff, to go through, to learn, to be more profitable, to be more consistent, and to do this on your very own so you don't need the help of others. Okay, let's go through a couple things here. Number one, this platform that I use, if you're brand new, if you've never used a platform like this is called TradingView. It's how I chart everything that I go over. If you're looking for something like this or you want to try something like this, in the link, there's a link in the description below. You scroll down below, there's a TradingView link that'll give you a free 30-day trial. Free 30 days, no obligations to their subscription-based services. If you decide to go ahead with that subscription-based service, then you get up to $30 off. And I'll tell you this, when my buddy told me about TradingView, I was probably in it for about 2 weeks and I bought the subscription because I felt like it was just something that helped advance and push my trading to a different level. So I use the Pro Plus. It works really well for me. Another thing I want to talk about is that Discord that I mentioned earlier. So in that Discord, I've got everything that's free or fee-based you can find in that Discord. So the Griswold Gold membership can be located. All the information for that is in there. So that includes, private one-on-ones with myself, the Griswold Strat Indicator, which can only be found in that Discord or in the link in the description below or on Twitter, but you can't find it on TradingView. I have live trading bots for SPY and a bunch of other tickers, QQQ, AMD, what else is on there? I think Disney's on there, QQQ if I said that already. There's a bunch of tickers on there, and it sends out live setups for you guys. There's private group sessions when people are available and they want to do them. I have no problem doing them. So a lot of stuff included with that. Top fives are included in that. Ad-free YouTube videos are included in that. I have a 1-hour strat course that I've created. That's in that Griswold Gold membership. Or you can just purchase that stuff separately. But make sure you go check that out. That link is in the description below as well. And the last thing I want to go through, guys, is the ads. So the ads, I know they suck and nobody likes listening to them or watching them or having them on there, but those ads pay to keep these YouTube videos free. So I'm going to thank you guys in advance, and I appreciate it that you guys let those ads roll through, and after they roll through, we can get through the watch list. So thank you guys for letting those ads roll through, keeping the money in your pockets, and I don't want to have to put these as part of the membership. I just want to keep them on here for you guys for free forever. So thank you for watching those ads. Let those advertisers pay for your free education. Let's get started on the watch list. Well, number one on the watch list, I've got Nflx. So today was a really tough day to try and create a list because everything gapped up so much that we had these big, 2%, 3%, 10% runners. And they gapped. So we've got a lot of 2-up greens. Now there's gaps to fill there. Does that mean they get filled on Wednesday? No, it doesn't. So I'm going to give you the setups that I found. And then you guys can decide. And again, there's not very many of them, but you guys can decide what you think is best for trading tomorrow. And if none of them appeal to you guys, then just go to intraday trading. And if really none of them appeal to you guys, go to SPY every single time. And I'm sure you saw at the beginning of the video in the top right corner, there was a little thing there for a new SPY video I did. I've got a SPY series. It's got like 14 episodes in it. You can go check that out. There's a playlist for it. Or wait till the end of the video. There is the new SPY video that you guys asked me to continue to create. So there's a new SPY video in the top right corner at the end of this video, and I'll mention again as we get closer to it. So first setup, Nflx, Nflx had us 2 up that finished red. Okay, so when I see these 2 up reds, I'm more likely to look for the ticker to trend back to the downside. So we've put a trigger in there at $233.25, and then our first target is not great. So I like to see bigger magnitude, a bigger move than what we see here. But that is the first target. I would be cautious on something like that, just that it doesn't tag this and come back up. So there is a little bit of a conflict because yes, it's a 2 up, yes, it's a red, but this is a hammer candle. And a hammer candle usually is a bullish pattern. And so we could call this a Momo hammer, and we would look for a continuation back to the upside. This purple line, if we go to it, is the 3-month quarterly trigger. So we're looking to break that inside bar to go to the upside. Now we are closer to going 2 up than we are to 2 down. So we'd be looking for a 2-1-2 reversal on the 3-month chart for Nflx. So as we head back to the day, we will see what happens with this. So again, we talk about probabilities on trades all the time, and when we're looking at this, the probability of this going up or down is just as good as anything. The problem is, like, when we trade, there's always probabilities, and that's what we trade off of. It's based off of probabilities. What's a high probability? What's not high probability? That doesn't even mean that trade's going to happen. But we look at probabilities, and that's how we trade, and that's how you have to trade, because nobody knows what this next candlestick right here is going to be. Nobody knows. We don't, as retail traders, we have no idea what it's going to be. Now, we have a high probability that we can say, yes, this is what it may be, but we don't know. So there's probability in every trade, and there's risk in every trade. And we just have to measure that accordingly and manage that accordingly, and that, guys, is the essential part of becoming a successful trader, is the risk management part. And if we're losing, cut your loss. And I'll talk about it in every single video because it is the most important part of trading. You can learn any strategy and trade with any strategy you want. Do I love the strat? Yeah, you're damn right I do. Is there strategies that work just as well? Sure. Of course there are. But the strat, I believe, is the easiest, and every single one of those strategies has risk. It's how you manage that risk is the most important part. Okay, so let's go to the next one. We'll go to eBay. So this is one of the ones where, again, there's conflict on it. So we have a shooter candle. So that's part of the reason why I've got this on here. Now it is a green candle. It's not a 2 up that's red, but it is a shooter. So we can look for a reversal on this, and there's a bunch of plays that look very, very similar to this throughout. But eBay is the only one I marked out. No particular reason. I just picked it out. But if you go through the list, and I have a video on the list that I go through every single day, if you go through the list, you'll find a bunch that look exactly like this. So we can take puts on eBay at 38.09 looking for that reversal. And if it reverses, guys, this hourly, this daily, this weekly, this monthly, and this quarterly are all going to be red in conjunction with that yearly. So I would watch out for that. And the reason is because this candle, sorry, that is actually not correct. I thought this was a Monday candle. So this is a Tuesday candle. So we would trend down. We would still be green on the week, the month, and the quarterly. The day and the hourly would be red. My apologies. So we can look for puts on this at 38.09. First target is the top of the wick because of the gap. Then the next top of the wick because of the gap. So we got to fill those gaps first for our targets, and then this bottom of the wick would be our next target. So like I said, there's a bunch of plays that are very, very similar to this. So again, if you go through the main list that I've got and I've sent out in a video before, you will see a bunch of these 2-up shooter candles, okay? 2-up green shooter candles. Next on the list, we're going to go to Meta. That's Facebook. So we have this 2-up that finished red. We are going to look for, let me move that in accordingly. There we go. We're going to look for puts at 139.34. Okay, and then our first target, bottom of that candle, the inside bar. And what this is a 1-2 up, 2 down rev strat is what we're looking for. 1-2-2 rev strat. So we'll look for puts at 139.34 on Meta. AMD 2 up, finished red. Again, there's our trigger for puts at 67.33. First target, top of the candle, top of the wick, because we have that gap. And then the next one would be at the bottom of that same candle. Okay, that's AMD. Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola has a 2 up red off of this inside bar. And guys, I gave this, actually I didn't give this to you guys. I apologize. I didn't put out a video yesterday. I fell asleep. My bad. But if you would have played it, you had triggers, target 1, target 2. This would have been a really great double inside bar setup. I apologize for not having that video out for you guys. Trigger to the downside, puts 56.46. We're looking for a 1-2-2 rev strat again. And then our 2 targets are marked out accordingly there. Tesla, my Tesla. So I believe this little bump here was due to the Twitter news of Elon Musk accepting the offer to purchase, to do the Twitter purchase. He had to sell shares in order to cover some costs. So I believe that's what this drop was. I'm not 100% sure, but that would be my guess. So we may see a little bit more of a downfall here as this comes through. And given that, we've got a 2 up red. We've got puts that we can take at 242.01. And we have a $1 move to the downside on Tesla. Now, Tesla has higher premium, so it's harder to trade for smaller accounts. So just be cognizant of that if you're looking at it. And then we're going to go to SIGA, C-I-G-A, has this inside bar. So again, this isn't something I normally trade. I'm not sure about the premiums on this or the spreads between the bid and the ask. But we've got time frame to the downside, and we can take puts at 10.07. First targets would be there, which are not great. Second targets to the bottom side, and there is also a 3-month quarterly to the downside. Okay, so that's a 2-2 reversal. Shooter candle on the 3-month. We'll see if this thing can go into force on SIGA. See how that happens on the inside bar. This might be a very interesting play tomorrow, so I'd pay attention to it. I'm just not sure about the premiums and how they are going to play out in the morning. Like I said, guys, if these plays don't suit your fancy, this was not a great list. Okay, we don't get these very often where we don't have a ton of plays to look at. This was not one of them. So if you're not interested in this, make sure you go check out the SPY series and how we trade SPY every single day on the 30-minute chart for profit. It is a gem of a strategy. It still involves using the strat, but it's dealing specifically with SPY and only SPY, and you can trade that thing every single day, and you can make a living off of trading SPY. So go check that video that's at the end of the video, top right corner. If you're looking for more strategies and more learning tools to trade the strat, then there's a learning tool playlist on the bottom right at the bottom of this video. So go check those out. Good luck trading on Wednesday, and we will see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.